The first sign wasn't a message. It wasn't a confession. One night I came home and the porch light was off.
The first sign wasn't a message or a confession. It was how she stopped waiting for me at night. For years, no matter how late I worked, she would always leave the porch light on. It was a small thing, almost forgettable, but it had always felt like a promise. Then one evening, I pulled into the driveway and the house was dark. No light, no movement. Just silence. I told myself I was imagining things. I had gotten very good at doing that. We had been married 19 years. 2 children who still thought our home was unbreakable. A life built on routine and responsibility. I believed consistency was proof of love. I didn't realize love also needs attention, honesty, and courage, things that had quietly disappeared between us. She started coming home later, always with reasonable explanations. Work dinners, stress, deadlines. Her voice sounded practiced, like she had rehearsed the tone more than the words. When I asked questions, she answered them patiently, the way you explain something to someone you think is slow. I didn't argue. I just observed. One night, while folding laundry, I found a receipt in her jacket pocket. A restaurant I'd never been to, dated for a night she claimed to be working late. It wasn't proof yet, it was a crack. And once you see the crack, you start noticing where the walls are weak. I began paying attention to details I used to ignore. The phone that never left her hand. The way she angled the screen away from me. The new effort she put into her appearance for places she claimed didn't matter. She wasn't cruel. That was the most confusing part. She still laughed with the kids. Still asked about my day. But something essential was missing. Presence. The truth arrived quietly on a Sunday afternoon. She was in the shower, and her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I wasn't searching for anything. I reached for it instinctively, thinking it might be one of the kids. The message preview lit up the screen long enough for me to read it. I miss you already. That was all. I placed the phone back exactly where it was and sat down at the table. I didn't feel rage. I felt tired of guessing. Tired of pretending confusion was the same thing as hope. When she came out, towel around her hair, humming softly, I knew the marriage I thought I was in no longer existed. I confronted her that evening, not with accusations, but with a question. Is there someone else? She didn't deny it. Her shoulders dropped, like she'd been carrying the secret longer than I had carried the suspicion. She said she hadn't planned it. She said it just happened. She said she felt lonely. She said many things that explained her feelings but entirely ignored my trust. I asked her if it was over. She said she didn't know. That answer made the decision for me. I moved into the spare room that night. The kids noticed immediately. Children always sense change before adults admit it. I told them we were dealing with adult problems and that they were loved. It wasn't the full truth, but it was an honest one. From that moment, I stopped reacting and started preparing. I consulted a lawyer quietly. I reviewed finances. I documented timelines. I learned that protecting yourself doesn't require cruelty, only clarity. She continued seeing him, growing careless as I grew precise. She assumed my calm meant weakness. She didn't understand that calm was me letting go. When I told her I was filing for divorce, she was shocked. She accused me of giving up too easily, of not fighting. She cried, then grew angry when tears didn't change my mind. I thought you'd wait, she said. I waited years, I replied. You just didn't notice. The process was difficult, but it was fair. Facts matter, consistency matters. I focused on the children, on keeping their world as stable as possible while ours changed shape. I never spoke badly about their mother. Truth doesn't need poison to be effective. The man she chose over our marriage disappeared once secrecy was replaced with responsibility. That pattern didn't surprise me. Affairs survive on fantasy, not reality. When he left, she tried to come back. I listened. I acknowledged her pain. And I said no, not because I hated her, but because I finally respected myself. Life after divorce felt strange at first, quiet in a way that echoed. Then it became peaceful. Mornings were calm. Evenings were honest. I no longer wondered who I was competing with for attention in my own home. Months later, I ran into her unexpectedly. She looked tired, smaller somehow. She asked how I was doing. I'm steady, I said. She nodded, like someone realizing too late that steadiness was what she had thrown away. I walked out into the evening air feeling lighter than I had in years. Not because I won, but because I stopped losing myself trying to hold on to something that no longer chose me. Betrayal didn't destroy my life. It gave me the clarity to rebuild it on truth. And that finally was enough. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more conversations about rebuilding your life. Thanks for watching.